Now for the last look. More than 20 world leaders gathered at the Egypt summit this week for the signing of the Gaza ceasefire deal. And if praise for Donald Trump were an Olympic sport, there would have been a clear victor.
I genuinely feel that he is the most genuine and most wonderful candidate for Peace Prize. I think that you're the man this world needed most at this point in time. God bless you. God give you long life to serve like this for all time to come.
That's Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, whose 5-minute ode appeared to overwhelm even Donald Trump himself, a man not known to stop people from praising him.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Let's go home. There's nothing more I have to say. Goodbye.
The episode actually reflects something bigger, a very real change in the relationship between the US and Pakistan. For years, American presidents have kept Pakistan at a distance, turning towards its rival India instead, hoping India would become a counterweight to China in the region. Pakistan was seen as an unreliable partner, a haven for terror groups, not to mention a longtime China ally. But Donald Trump has shifted that orientation almost overnight. In his first term, Trump had a bromance with India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But now he has developed a particular fondness for Pakistan's army chief, Asim Munir, who he referred to at the Egypt summit as my favorite field marshal. It's more than just effusive speeches at summits. In July, the US and Pakistan reached a deal on tariffs after announcing a joint effort to tap Pakistani oil reserves, even though it's not clear that those reserves amount to much. Pakistan is also wooing Trump as a potential partner to mine its vast reserves of critical minerals. And Pakistan's Crypto Council signed a letter of intent in April with the Trump family-backed crypto firm World Liberty Financial to advance innovations in blockchain. What changed Trump's attitude? Well, it seems to have started last April when a terror attack killed 26 people in Indian-administered Kashmir. India claimed the militants were backed by Pakistan, a charge Pakistan denied. India then launched an assault on its neighbor. For 4 days, the world watched as two nuclear-armed rivals seemed on the brink of a larger war. Then, a ceasefire was announced by Donald Trump on Truth Social. In doing so, he preempted India's announcement and has repeatedly taken credit for the breakthrough. Pakistan wholeheartedly agreed with this narrative and in June nominated Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. New Delhi, which has long held that negotiations with Islamabad should be bilateral, rejected the idea that the US brokered a ceasefire. According to New York Times reporting, in June, Trump called Modi and implied that the Indian leader ought to nominate him as well, but Modi refused. The next day, Trump hosted Pakistan's army chief at the White House for a highly unusual lunch, absent any civilian head of government, a meeting that raised eyebrows in New Delhi. In its dealings with Trump, Pakistan was able to play its weakness for strength. India has long had a non-aligned foreign policy, attempting to stay above the fray of superpower rivalries. It also has a competitive democracy, with opposition parties waiting to pounce on any appearance by Modi that he was a lackey of America. Pakistan, by contrast, is a step away from an authoritarian regime. Its officials operate with more impunity, and the country itself is weaker, doesn't have an image of itself as independent from great powers like the US and China. That has allowed its leaders to kowtow to Trump with abandon. Pakistan has drawbacks as an ally, but it also has real attractions for the US. As the analyst Uzair Yunus argues, the thaw in relations may have also resulted from a realization in the US that Pakistan is a competent military partner that can play a security role in the Middle East. In the skirmish in May, Pakistan was able to not just deflect elements of India's air attack, but reportedly shot down several Indian fighter jets. Pakistan's military ability clearly influenced Saudi Arabia, which just signed a mutual defense pact with the country. The future of US-Pakistan relations, particularly after Trump, is unclear. But for now, the generals in Islamabad have shown themselves surprisingly enterprising and flexible, in knowing how to woo and win over the President of the United States.